everything you do with other people, you can do by yourself. No one cares. I think a lot of it comes from that fear of what you're thinking about what other people think you're doing. Really, no one cares. So it's been a while since I've taken myself out properly for the day by myself. I used to take myself on these little self dates all the time. If you've been around for a while, you would have seen many a self date I've been on. I got really good at being by myself and enjoying my own company, and it was something that I almost preferred to spending time with other people. Recently, I don't know if there is something in the air or something is up. Recently, I have been feeling more lonely when I'm by myself. So I want to try and deal with that, because I just feel like I've fallen out of love with spending time by myself, and I want to find that love for it again, particularly as summer is here. And so today we are gonna spend a summer's day alone. So guess where I'm gonna go? I'm going to Brighton. Before I go, I need to go get some food because I want to try and minimize the spending. I'm wearing a bikini top because obviously like I'm going to a beach area, and so you know that makes sense. Now I've got some hummus, an apple for good measure. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy, this is gonna be a really weird move I think, but I'm gonna buy, like meal prep some stuff, and then I'm gonna buy some lettuce like en route and then just add it to, I think. So I'll do like carrot, chicken, olives, hummus, and then just buy some lettuce. This is where it's gonna be a bit weird, but I'm just gonna take my chicken and plop it in the bigger container, and then I'll get something green and so like this right now, that looks ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Can't have a good picnic, I guess, without crisps.
They wanna take me away, throw me in the backseat rainy day, made me promise I wouldn't say. If it was up to me,
okay, so I've decided to come straight to the beach because I want to eat my food. I want to chill. Now, as you can see, it's very hot. I don't even know like how much of me you can actually see, and I am sorry, but I did have to take my top off because it is very, very warm. But it's also like kind of like the perfect temperature to come to the beach, like not too chilly, not too boiling. I have brought sun cream with me, do not worry, but I thought I would come and I would eat my lunch first before I go and like have a look around Brighton, because there's so much cute things around here. I will say that I was more anxious on my way here than I have been in the past, or than I thought I would be. I don't really know why, but like the idea of spending so much time by myself never really used to impact me. But I feel like recently, I don't know if it's because like, and as I've spoken about, I have sort of gone on a few more dates, and I feel like when I was, and I like my teeth, I feel like when I was like kind of completely like by myself, I like learned to really enjoy my own company. But I feel like maybe because I've like had those times where I have spent more time with like on dates and dating, I feel like I'm learning have to be by myself again, and that feels like I've gone through like a massive breakup when like I haven't, like I don't think I've gone back to square one. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like years ago when I, let's say like I was going through my breakup and I really struggled to spend time by myself, I couldn't have like taken myself to the, I'm gonna put my sunglasses on. I like couldn't have taken myself to the beach or taken myself on a date. So like I'm not like completely reverting back, but there's definitely that more like anxiety I feel around spending time by myself, or like just like what am I gonna think about. I think also because I've like the past 6 months I've been through like a really turbulent time with my own mental health and like my appearance and everything I've spoken about previously. I've sort of not wanted to spend as much time by myself, because when I'm with myself, that is when I have those more like toxic thoughts. But that is something that I've been working through with my therapist, but I think that's also why I haven't really spent as much time like taking myself out. Like I spend a lot of my time alone, but like taking myself out. But the reason I wanted to do this today was because when I spend time by myself, I spend time by myself at home, and I feel like I'm constantly like distracting myself with like whether I'm texting people or I'm scrolling through TikTok. I feel like I'm never actually processing how I'm feeling. I'm literally constantly looking for distractions, which I don't think is necessarily bad to do, but I think it is bad when it's like all the time. So that's why I wanted to come here today, why I wanted to like actually sit down and just be with myself, you know. Started rereading this book. You know, at the beginning of the year I was like, guys, I'm going to read 12 books this year, or 10 to 12. I haven't done that. It's literally July. And I have read this before, but it is an easy read and it really does make me happy. I read it back in lockdown, so it's been a while since I've watched it before. Okay, not me getting distracted by my phone. It's been a while since I have read it, so I'm going to reread her. And I don't know whether or not I want or maybe I should eat this now, because it's going to go warm otherwise. Look how good this looks. Oh.
So I can pretend I can fall in love again.
I've been here for like an hour and I've pretty much just laid here. I haven't read any of my book, I'll be honest. I've just listened to podcasts. Well, the one I was just listening to is The Off Menu with James Acaster and Ed Gamble. It's arguably one of my favourite podcasts out there. It's not like a particularly, you know how most podcasts you listen and they're like about like self-care or like intellectual things, and this is just like celebrities telling you what they'd have as what's their favourite food. But it's really good. I like it as like a bit of a switch off moment, because I find with a lot of podcasts like it can be a bit draining at the same time to like continuously like have information fed to you. Do you know what I mean? I think since I've been a bit up and down with like my relationship with myself, with my image, with everything, I've not taken myself out as much as I used to. Those times that I have been taking myself out, one of my friends is called something Seymour, and I've just seen a boat called Seymour Butts, so I'm gonna have to take a picture of that. Also, sorry if you can, I'm gonna try and cover up my boobs have grown so much recently. I don't know what's happening there, but hello. I spend a lot of my time by myself, like just throughout the day, as I feel like a lot of people do, but particularly people who are like self-employed. Point you less directly on my tits. Okay, sorry. I feel like I've been like trying to look at like so many things. It's like how to be comfortable when you're alone, how to do everything by yourself. And there's no real answer, I think, for that question. I just think it comes from like actively like putting yourself out there. As I said, like a couple of years ago I probably wouldn't have been able to take myself like actually out on dates by myself, whereas now like it is something that I do enjoy, whether or not it's this vegan ice cream over there, whether or not I have these blips. I think it's like with everything, like we're always going to have blips in our confidence, blips in our ability to be alone. We're always going to have those ups and downs, and I'm like determined to like get back to a really positive place with myself. And I don't feel like it's a really negative place at all by any means. It's just I want to go to Brighton or wherever by myself and like be present like in my own feelings. That's what I encourage you to do as well. And as I said, I don't think there's like a particular how to do it. I think it's just like you have to just start doing it. And I think at the very beginning it's going to be hard. If you want to like take yourself out for dates, I would recommend starting like local or doing things that you're used to doing with other people, because everything you do with other people you can do by yourself. No one cares. I think a lot of it comes from that fear of what you thinking about what other people think you're doing. Really, no one cares. And even if people do care, then that is a huge them issue, not you issue, which is how I've sort of like trained myself to think of it over the years. I want to push myself more out of that boundary and keep doing things so that it's like second nature to not care about what other people think of you. Going to the park by yourself with a book, going for a coffee by yourself, and going to a cafe. Like, they don't even have to take yourself for a walk. You don't have to spend money, you don't have to go far. You just need to learn to spend time with yourself, because I think inevitably throughout our entire lives we are always going to have to spend time alone. I think it becomes harder when you become reliant on other people, because there's going to be times when you don't have those other people. If it's something that you can learn to be comfortable with, then it is something that you should learn. And this is coming from someone who's like, you know, had many a illness that makes it very difficult to be with my own brain. But this is just a bit of a ramble, really. I'm just trying to get all my thoughts out there, because I've had so many of them recently, and I think because I spend so much time alone, like, it's unproductive time. Do you know what I mean? It's not like it's not time where I'm spent doing my job. It's not time where I'm spent looking after myself. I just spend a lot of my time just sitting by myself, scrolling through TikTok or doing whatever. And I don't think there's necessarily an issue with that if it's like a small period of time, or like designated TikTok time, or designated social media time, whatever. But I literally can waste like whole days, and then I come out the day feeling crap. It's not like I haven't been productive, but it's almost like I haven't really enjoyed the day because it's just wasted. Does that make sense? So like, although there is that element of guilt for like taking myself to the beach today. This is going to be more mentally productive than it would have been to sit at home and like ponder over what I'm doing with my life and scrolling through TikTok and comparing myself to others. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to go down like the lanes and stuff. I just think it's like a nice vibe. I mean, the UV is pretty high, so I probably should get out in the sun shortly. And then I'm going to come back later because I want to see, I mean, to be honest, I probably won't be able to see the sunset because that means I'm staying here for way longer. But I'm going to chill here, maybe eat my hummus and carrots. Oh no, I'll save those. And then go to somewhere else.
I try to make new friends so I can pretend I can fall in love again. Your picture on my fridge so I can relive. I can fall in love again. I've been getting high in my basement. Another day goes by where I don't say shit. I think I'm losing now. I've been flying high in my spaceship. Another sad song that's
Oh my god. So I was filming like a little come to Brighton, do a day
In Brighton.
a day in Brighton.
the beach.
But it was like a self date, like take yourself out, and then you're here. And Louise is here.
Accidentally. I love that. Like, be real. Are you a bro?
Yeah.
Me too. I stole this from the pub. I just walked out and my last. Oh, I didn't steal it. I paid for it. Am I allowed?
I'm sure you're allowed. I thought you were actually saying that you stole it.
Oh no,
like,
I didn't.
girl, do you want me to? Let's remove that from there. She's not a thief. But we're having a nice catch up.
I try to make new friends so I can pretend I can fall in love again. Your picture on my fridge so I can relive. I can fall in love again.
Okay, so as you can, oh god, please don't see my, as you can see, as I said, I ended up bumping into my friend Louisa. She actually saw my B-reel and she was like, I'm here too. I went and sat with her in the park for a bit, and it's nice to have a bit of a balance. Like, the reason I'm doing this isn't to like force myself to be by myself. It's like, well, I guess it is a little bit, but learning to be by myself and enjoy my own company when I want to, and then also see my friends and hang out with people when I want to as well. But I got an ice cream, as you can see. I got a salted caramel and chocolate Oreo vegan ice cream. I feel like half this video is just this weird ass angle, but it's the best angle I can do on the beach. I'm so surprised that we've managed to make this vegan. This is the part of the day I've been most looking forward to, when the sun's starting to go down and it feels a bit peaceful. When I started my day, I was so anxious. Like, I was so anxious for some unknown reason. Like, I really hope you can't hear this aggressive music in the background, by the way. I've had a lovely day and I don't feel any anxiety right in this moment. I think that is what matters. I feel good in my own company. It's nice to experience these moments with other people, but also by yourself. I'm gonna eat my ice cream and enjoy the view. Look at my sun is setting, it's beautiful. I'm literally just people watching and I'm finding it very, this is a really good people watching spot because there's loads of different like friendship groups. There's a friendship group over here that are like, is it called trapezing? When you like balance on like one, like it's not trapezing, it's like balancing on a wire, but the wire's thick, you know. So I'm really watching them, probably a bit too weirdly actually. But yeah, it's making me feel all kinds of ways. I don't know, like hard to phrase that, but like, I don't know, being by yourself and then just like watching loads of people with people is really weird to describe, because like, as well, because they're all different friendship groups or people that I've also like never seen in my life and probably will never see again, and they're all just like happy in their own little friendship groups, and like it's really like cute to see, but it's also kind of like not envious is not the right word, because obviously I have my amazing friendship group at home. But it's just like a weird, like, and it's like all these people really like mesh well, clearly. Well, I don't know any of them, but like it's easier to feel lonely when you're by yourself and you can see loads of other people like having fun around you. But in those moments you really have to like be grateful for what you do have, and you can be more lonely in a group of people than you can be by yourself. Like, being alone doesn't mean you're lonely in the same way that being with a group of people doesn't mean you're not lonely. I'm gonna head back shortly because my phone's gonna die and I need to get back on the train with it. But the sunset is so gorgeous, so I'm really enjoying myself just sitting here. This is like the best spot of the day, I think. This video is just me on the beach in various places.
I try to make new friends so I can pretend I can fall in love again. Your picture